phones. We go to Alliance, Ohio. Kathy, you are first up. It is great to have you on the show. Kathy, how are you?
Oh, I'm real good. How are you doing?
I'm great.
Hey, I wrote a poem about our Browns.
Do it.
Okay, it says, it felt almost...
No poems, Kathy. Absolutely, I can't let that poem go. Every poet with half a clue will be calling me up and trying to run it. Go ahead was really an instruction to Whitey to go ahead and drop the buzzer. You know what's going to happen? I mean, if I let her through with her poem, then every singer-songwriter slash poet slash rapper will be coming up and trying to call this show and trying to get off. Roses are red, violets are blue, you're finished. Sorry about that, Cap. But it is a zero-tolerance Friday. That was rather unfortunate. All right. Add that to our list of rules. Have a take, do not suck, do not recite poems. See, this thing's getting too long. It used to be very simple. Have a take, don't suck, or you'll get run. Have a take, don't suck, don't write poems, or you'll get run. That's too bad. Let's go to C-Town. Keep it down. Crack is white. Totally trash. Mm-hmm.
And I got to say thank you to most of New York writers and stuff, and the media. But you got these, and they'll sit there and all that song, and I go out here on South Beach and get totally trashed. And if you sit there pissed because in there.
You see, Kathy? Baltimore continues to take some. Dear Jim, the only reason Baltimore's waterways aren't on fire is that they use all the matches and lighters for their crack pipes and joints. Will and Seabus in all of baseball. Sincerely, Kevin Mitchell. That's from Rhode Island. Dear Jim, roses are red, violets are blue. Marcus Allen. Roses are red, violets are blue. I whacked Nicole and Ronnie Boy, too. That's horrible. Not only that, that's like the worst attempt at a spelling of Orenthal I've ever seen. Orinthol. Orenthal. Orenthal. These are sick. Their blood is red and their skin is blue. I murdered Nicole and Ron Goldman, too. Orenthal. Get off of me, Orenthal. Enough already. All right, if y'all don't mind, I'm going to try to talk a little sports. Wish me luck. Try and leap. Looks like Cole and Ron are dead. Oche is walking around with a big-ass knife. That's just great. That's just great. The reason I didn't confess to chopping off Ron and Nicole's domes is because I didn't want the publicity. Sincerely, Orenthal. All right, I'm just going to throw all those away right now. So either that or put them up on our website. And then there's this. Ron to Nicole. Roses are red, violets are blue. I have no head, and neither do you. That came from Green Bay. Roses are red, violets are blue. If you're not careful, I will have sex with you. Wade Boggs. John and KC. Our boy, John. Hey, Jim. Violets are red, roses are blue, B-More is a nice place, and Vietnam is too. Tim Johnson. Dear Jim. Hey, diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle, her head flew over the moon. Roses are red, violets are blue. Whoa, man. The violet is blue if you smoke some more. Sincerely, B-Moore's mayor. Roses are red, violets are blue. Let me make you a Pez dispenser, too. Enough. Well, maybe one more. Dear Rome, roses are red, violets are blue. Baltimore is the biggest crack-addicted, gonorrhea-ridden hellhole in the Western Hemisphere, and I'm glad they're gone, too. Tony and Huntington Beach. Feel badly for B-Moore. I know because of that, feeds the world as another. Oh, and can you have your Heisman Trophy winner stop killing people? And have them stop having sex with other people's wives? Is that too much to ask? Roses are red, tigers love meat, or chicken, or collard greens, or whatever the hell they eat.
Little boy's driving it well, he's putting well, he's doing everything it takes to win. So you know what you guys do when he gets in here? Pat him on the back, say congratulations, enjoy it, and tell him not to serve fried chicken next year. Got it. Or collard greens, or whatever the hell they serve.
I don't think Fuzzy will be calling the hotline anytime soon to talk about the Ryder Cup pay-per-play issue. Dear Jim, roses are red, violets are blue. Airplanes fly, so let's go to the beach. Signed, Kenny Smith. I love this one. Dear Jim, the Angels aren't really in last place. Steve Sampson. And this will be the last one. The sheep is showing the remnants of my getaways. Sincerely, Richard Simmons. Sick. You're all sick.
And Ro, what is Shaq doing on the cover of Sports Illustrated? Please tell me this in a tux, no less, in Ice Cube and basketball. Oh, I could not believe that, Rome. Rome, do you know that one of his lyrics actually says, when I'm on the court, I'm taking all takers, keep your eye on Shaq and your money on the Lakers? What? Are you high, Shaq? I kept my eye on you, and I saw you take a punkin' from San Antonio in the form of Tim Duncan. Hey, Shaq, I got something for you. Feed 5 4 bum. Learn to make a free throw, you big-ass bum. Rome, I'm out of here,
Angeles. Peter, what's up? Good to have you on the air. It's about time I got a SoCal in here.
Hey, thanks, Jim. Good afternoon to you, man.
Yeah.
It's a sad day when the clones have to go to racial stereotyping, regarding the Iranian soccer team. I mean, that's weak. I mean, if you have valid points about this stuff, that's one thing. But, for instance, there is stuff to talk about it. I want to talk about why they all go, hey, oh!
Oh, that's just great. Outstanding. Hey, Jason,
I got a memo to you, Jay. Do you know what happened to the last phone screener who got worked as badly as you've been worked today? He's on the street, pal. Dear Jim,
is it just me, or have the recent huge email contests suck worse than a $5 hooker with an overbite? That's a horrible thing to say.
dear clones, quit bragging that you can listen while you work. Because if that's the case, you're either driving a Sparklets truck or making copies in the mailroom. The jobless are not impressed. Eric in North Hollywood. Annapolis. Tom. Hey, Tom, how are you?
Hey, pretty good, Rome. How you doing? I just want to talk about Bill Parcells and how he took this team to new levels and how he took the Giants to there, too. And I think he's going to be a great coach for them, and I'm out.
Boy, Tom, that was a great call. I just want to talk about how Bill Parcells has took this team to new levels, and he's going to be a great coach for them, and I'm out. You know what, Tom? That's a great take. Here's this one. I just want to talk about how Michael Jordan is good. Out. You waited a half an hour to tell me that Bill Parcells is a good coach. Out. That was great. That really was a great take. In fact, I don't want to wait until the huge call of the day to hear that one again. Give it to me now, white man.
Hey, pretty good, Rome. How you doing? I just want to talk about Bill Parcells and how he took this team to new levels, and how he took the Giants there too. And I think he's going to be a great coach for them. And I'm out.
Tremendous insight. That's a great phone call to a radio show. That's one of the all-time 5 worst telephone calls we've ever had. Thanks for taking my call, Rome. How are you? Well, I just want to say that Bill Parcells has took this team to new levels, and he did the same thing with the Giants, and he's a great coach. Out. Don't have a hell of a lot of anything. That football team is it. Blowing nose. The beak actually triples in length every 10 seconds. Call 1-800-30-WATCH.
Romy Van Smack in the box. You are huger than a jumbo gator jack. Hey, Kareem, pass the 40 ounces, dude. I'm a Muslim, too. Just like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I believe in Allah. All of the Coors I can drink.
It's called it. Number 7. The pile driver shall be a legal method of settling traffic disputes. Sincerely, Jesse the Body Ventura, Governor, State of Minnesota.
Hey, man, what's up?
What's up?
Nothing, man. I don't want to talk about interleague play. I want to talk about the World Cup. I want to talk about Tyrone because I am back. I want to talk about
Tyrone, jackass. You know, I'm not going to run you right now. Wait, are you still there?
Yeah.
You're a jackass. Tell me you're a jackass. Why do you do this?
Because if Punto is Punto and I am Tyrone and I want he wants to fight me. He wants to Tyrone. He wants to call me a wanker.
Tyrone. Jerk off. You knew it was coming, all right? The phone slap, first of all, that is on you. How stupid are you? Did you let a guy with a 40 IQ get over on you to get on the air? The only person stupider than Tyrone is you, Slap. Worthless jerk off. Unbelievable. I cannot believe that guy got over the phone slap and got on again. Jackass. You know what's even worse? You know that jackass Tyrone's got like 5 clones following right now wherever he goes. The jerk off's probably slapping high fives right now. Brutal. You knew it was coming. Hey, Poncho, I hate to do it, but we are this close to having a moratorium on you because phone slap is not smart enough to keep Tyrone out of the jungle. And if he can't keep Tyrone out, you're fired, Slap, and Poncho can't call. That is pathetic. But you knew it was coming. It's not like I didn't know that guy wasn't going to come out of the weeds and get on. I knew that was coming. And that's more a testament to the stupidity of the Slap than it is to the ingenuity of Tyrone. Carl in Rochester. Yeah, Slap. Tyrone has been now, to the best of my recollection, from Orange County, from Crapchester, who knows wherever else he'll show up from. It's a sad day here in the jungle. It's bad enough when clones blow up and they're like, yo, man, I get free french fries every time I go to a sports bar. And I got a guy like Tyrone. Tyrone probably will pull sex out of this. Tyrone's probably like the man.
Catalog.
Curious, the first time you came up on a young, vibrant Muhammad Ali, what do you remember most about that encounter?
That's when you know what the answer to that question is.
Ask any guy on that list what they don't like. And if they say no to any of the above, they're not guys. All right, you know any guys that don't like sports? Not real men. What guy doesn't like sports? Think of any pencil necker that you work with or associate with or are friends with your wife that doesn't like sports, and I'll show you an a-hole.
Best of the Jim Rome Show. I'm Travis Rogers, your host.
All right. Hey, I don't know where the guy comes from. It sounded like an urban myth to me, but this guy gives me this story. They showed us pictures of him. Like, stay away from this dude, like, at all costs. This guy's dangerous. So we're, like, sitting there listening to stories. Dr. Boudreaux, real guy. Exploits. And what this guy would do is he would hang out with basketball players or football players, like college players, get to know them a little bit, take them out for a couple beers. He'd, like, slip them a Mickey. Then he would bring them back to their hotel room, right? Back to their hotel room. They'd be passed out. They would wake up in the morning with, like, Polaroids of him standing over him with, like, his crank in their face and blackmail him. Absolutely incredible. I mean, this guy would just, and then he'd basically just say, listen, Buck, I want money, I want this, I'll be your agent, Buck, I'll be whatever you want. The guy were just like, all right.
But with all due respect to the family-oriented listeners up and down the West Coast across America, tell me you did not just say he would stand over with a Polaroid with crank in their face. That's great. They still lost 3 more affiliates. Attaboy, Tolbert. There goes Hilton Head, South Carolina again.
HWS, hoops withdrawal syndrome, and all because of a few whining millionaires arguing over who should get the most Grey Poupon to spread on their finger sandwiches. I mean, this is beyond me, and I know I'm in the negative percentile, and I know that most clones won't even admit to caring about basketball at this point, but Jim, you know as well as I do, as soon as that jump ball is in the air, their punk asses will be the first ones to pull an overnighter in front of Ticketmaster, Michael Jordan jersey and all, leaving guys like me who care with seats higher than Chris Webber on a Jamaican vacation. But you know what the funniest thing of all is, Jim, is now they got this charity basketball game that they're asking the fans to please reach out and help with. Now, if you so much as buy half a ticket for this event, not only should you be tarred and feathered, you should have your ass kicked like an extra point. Because in essence, this is what the players are asking you. Hey, stupid, how's about forking over about $1,000 to donate to our $250,000 a year players having a hard time coping so we can stay locked out just a little bit longer? What do you say? No. Jim, I would rather purchase front row tickets to the Tony Orlando and Don reunion tour before I would ever think about donating to the Help a Hoopa Fund. And now more than ever, Jim, I am thoroughly convinced that the only solution to this problem is to lock both sides in a room somewhere and then beat the hell out of both of them till they sign a contract. Keep screwing around, fellas, and you'll be locked out, all right? Locked out your house, locked out your car, and worst of all, locked out your fans. But, Jim, do you know what the greatest thing about living right here in L.A. is? We can always get the inside scoop on what's going on with the good old Karl Malone show from the hours of 1 to 3. Now, if he can just find something to fill the other hour and 55 minutes of his show with, he may be onto something. And I don't mean to sit here and trivialize the importance of subjects ranging from the size of Jeff Hornacek's package to Master P videos, but even if I was an extreme optimist, his show would still be half empty. Carl, take that show, set it on someone's doorstep, ring the bell, and then run your ass off. Also, Jim, props to the UCLA Broncos for giving up the booty to the Giants yesterday. And has anyone checked on Ephraim to make sure he wasn't that guy who lit himself on fire? And lastly, Jim, good riddance to Bobby Bowe and Charles Johnson, who suffered from that crippling Delano de Shields disease. You know, come to L.A., forget how to play. I mean, they stunk up the joint so bad we didn't know whether to bury their jerseys or light a match. A word of advice, guys, your reputation's supposed to follow you and not the other way around. That's all I got for you today, Jim. Happy freaking holiday to everybody, and I'll catch you next year. I'm out.
That was one of the worst fuzzy resets.
Did you even hear the guy who was like, man, the gas station is more important than the other half of the NBA rule. Man, we solidize. Light at the end of the tunnel, man.
Yeah, that's great. That's great, Paul.
A couple of months ago when I talked to you, we agreed that Parcel History, he's going to the AFC Championship game. And thirdly, Jim, my dad...
No problem, Jerome. All right. Huge call today brought to you by the Clinton Growing Nose Watch. The beak actually triples in length every 10 seconds. Call 1-800-30-WATCH. Consider this your official invitation for you and your wife to come over and play golf with me this weekend. I would truly love to play my favorite kind of golf game with you, the skins game. All right, clones, who do you think sent that fax? All together now, signed Say Reed Pack, of course. Great. P.S. Bring your cat for dinner afterwards, or bring your cat to play the skins game, or just bring it, please. Eddie and Bugahaw. That's great. What exactly is smack?
I got about 900 takes here on the ESPYs. I'm going to try and narrow it down for this phone call. I mean, if you saw this thing, it's not like we don't know who's going to win these awards anyway. I mean, the best is how they save the best team category for, like, the grand finale. Bulls, Packers, or Yankees? Well, like, we didn't know who was going to win this one, considering Dwight Gooden wins Comeback Player of the Year, Joe Torre wins Manager of the Year, Andy Pettit wins Peak of the Year, and Wade Boggs wins Horseback Rider of the Year. Oh, and the fact that the damn event's being held at Radio City Music Hall. I don't think that had anything to do whatsoever. And one other thing that you touched on right when it was announced, the fact that Jeff Foxworthy was hosting this abortion of a show. I mean, at least the Oscars go after Billy or Whoopi or Letterman, you know, people that actually are associated with television and film. ESPN, how about going after, like, Rosie O'Donnell next year? I mean, she seems to be gaining popularity in the TV business. I'm sure nobody would mind some piglet with a piercing voice carrying on and on for 3 hours. And why the hell is Rosie O'Donnell so popular anyway? I mean, she is the most annoying thing to appear on television in ages. God, I can't stand her. And another thing about the ESPYs, give me some awards that I care about. I mean, I don't care who the Women's Basketball Player of the Year is. I mean, Saudi Roundtable or Jen Manicotti or Shaniqua Coldslaw? I mean, who cares about these people? How about car wreck of the year or the best of Eric Williams' consenting sex partners. I mean, give me some awards that aren't biased, and enough showing of Rebecca Lobo. She's the most tired thing on television right now, except for those Miller Lite commercials with maybe that guy Dick. I mean, dude, your commercials suck, and you're the biggest loser. If I see that magician one more time lose some hamsters under some girl's armpits and then pull out that razor, I'm offing myself, all right, Ron? The ESPYs suck, and Robin Roberts hanging out of her dress is flat out disgusting. I'm out.
Won the Delaware Redneck 500. It's probably good for our boy Dale. Considering that he did not win, that should mean that he should lead the Winston Cup Series right about now. Right in the standings. And somebody please tell Dale Earnhardt to stop making Burger King commercials. It's bad enough to have to listen to this guy talk about racing, but when dude tries to sell me a Whopper and fries, man, that is taking it much too far. You seen that commercial? Much like that cut that we have, I can't understand the commercial either. The guy says something like, I is the Intimidator. Whopper, sandwich, milkshake, back on the roof again. It's like, dude, what are you saying? Yeah, I don't want this guy selling me hamburgers. There's got to be somebody who speaks passable English in neck cars somewhere.
Well, I just wanted to get back in the race and try to, make laps. And Gordon came up on me, and the car pushed off the corner, and I got into the wall, got back into him, checked up a little bit. Somebody hit me from behind. Next thing I know, we're on the roof again. I got an ambulance, and I looked back at the car, and I said, man, the wheels are still on that thing. I got out of the ambulance, and asked the guy inside the car, and he was hooking it up. I said, see if they're cranked. And he cranked it up. I said, get out. Give me the car back.
What? All I got out of that was chicken sandwich, strawberry shake, and fries. Get out of my neck car. Speak English. Mix in a right-handed turn once in a while.
I spoke with an informant who said he smoked with you. You denying that?
No, I'm tell you what. If you see an informant that smoke with me, you bring him out and I'll kiss his black ass or white ass, whatever ass he got.
Drive my rig all around the state, hours at a time. Let me just lay out and prop all of you independent commodity transporters for the long, lonely hours that you work where the pimp in the box is in your rig. An independent commodity transporter. Clones, right now. Any of you on top of a keyboard, lift your hands up and stop. Right now. If any of you started to craft a sentence including an independent head lopper offer or anything like that, just stop. Stop. I don't want any dome reassignment technician emails, independent dome adjuster emails. Just stop. Stop. I know you clones better than you know you clones. All right, I'm going to read one more today, and then that's it. All right? Now, this is where I draw the line. Even I can't read this one. I almost did, though. Let me just say this. Christopher Reeves, stop sending me emails, all right? That's as far as I'm going to go with that one.
And then when she gets tight, I mean, her arm just doesn't pronate at all, and it looks awful. And I don't think that was like a first-time thing happening. I've seen her do it in a bunch of matches where she loses, that she kind of almost